Welcome back to another episode of Physics Explained. For today, I am your host, Aaron Calderon. But before we go on, let's start with this awesome fact. Fact check! Electric charge is an inherent property of a particle that governs how it is affected by an electric or magnetic field. Or in simple words, it occurs when charging process happens or when an atom loses or gains electrons. Fact check! From the fact check that we go through, I'll explain everything later. I think everyone knows what is the topic for today's episode. Yes, you're all right. We are going to discuss about electric charges, its process, and how it is acquired. On your high school days, we all know that atoms are composed of three main particles, which are protons, neutrons, and electrons. From what I said earlier, to have charging process occur, an item needed to gain or lose electrons. There are many ways for this to happen, like friction, conduction, and induction. I want to discuss all of these, but because of time limit, I only just can explain one. But before that, let's go on a commercial break.
Hello. Mom gives us kisses.
Sheldon?
I respectfully pass.
Throw something at the dinner table. Amen! Heck yeah!
Here we go.
Fact check! Did you know that there's a law for conservation of charge? Yes, there is. It is said that the total charge of an isolated system remains constant. Fact check! Now we are back. Where did we left? Ah, yes, the friction. What do we know about friction? We all know that friction happens when two different things are rubbed together. The material becomes positively or negatively charged depending on its electron affinity. And using this triboelectric series, we can determine which of the two different materials that are rubbed together is the positive charge or the negative charge. Here is an example. We can see that in the video, paper and polyester makes friction and electric charge occur because, as we said, friction happens when two different things are rubbed together. Now let's us use the triboelectric series to determine who's the positive charge and the negative charge. As we can see in the series, paper is the positive charge while the polyester is a negative charge. Here's the last example. This is the simplest example that we do all day, combing the hair with a rubber comb. Little did we know, every day, friction happens to us. We don't just notice it. Moving forward, let's use the triboelectric scale or the series to determine who's the positive charge and the negative charge. Yes, you are all right. The rubber comb will be the negative charge and the hair will be the positive charge. Oh no, our time is running out. So now, let us conclude what are the lessons that we have learned. We have known that is electric charge occurs when charging process happens, or when an item lost or gain electron. And friction happens when two different things are rubbed together. Moreover, material becomes positively or negatively charged depending on its electron affinity. We can use triboelectric series to determine the positive charge and the negative charge of an item. Examples of these are combing hair and paper rubbing to polyester. All of this can be concluded that in everyday life, we encounter charging process so many times, not only in friction, but other charging process too. I wish you all have learned today for today's episode of Physics Explained. Thank you for watching. Bye!